The spirit of a murdered boy is trapped in a mirror. A government experiment gives children uncontrollable seizures. An innocent man is left to rot at the bottom of a well. And if you think they're creepy, it gets worse. Just wait until you see the top 5. Here are 10 urban legends that will keep you awake at night. Before we get stuck into ranking these urban legends, I want you to take a moment to subscribe to Ranked Topics. When you've done that, hit the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss another great video. Right, let's rank these legends. Number 10. The Devil's Chair, Kansas. The city wants to buy your land, but you don't want to sell. Then one night, you disappear, never to be seen again. The city gets your land, but can you still get your revenge? The Devil's Chair may hold the answer. Alma, Kansas, and an old farmer is being harassed by the city. They want his land to build a new cemetery, but he doesn't want to sell. Without his land, how is he going to make a living? How is he going to survive? The officials persist. They make him offer after offer, but the old farmer won't move an inch. Some people start to get annoyed. Some people start to get impatient. Then one night the farmer goes out to get water. He shuffles to his well and leans over to lower the bucket into the blackness. Suddenly, a strong shove sends him tumbling into the void. Weeks later, someone complains that there's a terrible smell coming from the well. A team is sent to investigate, but they conclude the well is empty. The city boards it up and eventually gets the farmer's land. Now, you can visit the boarded up well, but beware, many people who have sat there since have mysteriously disappeared. Number 9. The boy in the bathroom at Pine Haven School, Tennessee. Bullies are terrible people. We all know they're supposed to be cowards and that if you just stand up to your tormentor, then they'll turn away and not bother you anymore. Easy to say, not so easy to do. What if there are a gang of bullies? What if they're all older, bigger, and stronger than you? Imagine you're a junior at school and all you want is to be left alone. But a group of seniors have decided they're not going to let you live a quiet life. This is what happened to one small boy at Pine Haven School, Jamestown, Tennessee. It's old and abandoned now, but the horror of what happened can still be felt if you go there. The older pupils chased the younger boy into the bathroom and cornered him. Terrified, he tried to escape, but to no avail. The seniors punched and kicked him, eventually shoving him into a mirror which broke. A shard of glass severed the boy's neck and he died. Not wanting to admit what they'd done, the older boys buried his body under the bathroom floorboards. Today, if you go to the school and look into the mirror, you can see the murdered boy staring back at you. Number 8. The Polybius video game, Portland, Oregon. Some people say that playing too many video games is bad for you, especially for children. How can it be good to stare at a screen for hours and hours? What kind of damage to the brain could it be causing? But there is another reason to be afraid of computer games. Mind control. Could it be possible for someone to create a game that could hypnotize people and control their behavior? Enter Polybius. Polybius was an arcade game released as a government experiment in Portland, Oregon in 1981. When someone played it, the machine collected information about them. This included their thoughts and feelings. Government officials came and collected the data on all the players. It was only released for a month and it had to be stopped. The game had terrible side effects. It acted like a drug, giving players seizures and nightmares. This meant the experiment had to be discontinued. Number 7. The House at the Bottom of the Lake, Connecticut. Imagine enjoying a lazy day's fishing on a small boat. The weather is beautiful and you've caught a couple of great fish. Suddenly, the sun disappears and the temperature starts to drop. Everything goes eerily quiet. And then you hear music coming from somewhere. But you're all alone in the middle of a lake. How can this be? Then you realize the music is coming from the water below you. You can make out the strained notes of a piano playing somewhere in the depths. It's coming from the house at the bottom of Salem Gardner's Lake. In the 19th century, a local writer was moving his family's home. literally moving home as they were relocating the entire house. It was winter and the lake was frozen solid, so he decided the easiest way was to push the house across the ice. The family got halfway and suddenly the ice cracked, and before they could react they sank with the house to the bottom. To this day, fishermen say they can hear music bubbling up to the surface as the man mournfully plays the piano, trapped in his watery grave. Number 6. The Bus to Nowhere, Philadelphia. You're feeling at your lowest point in life. You've never had so many problems. You feel you just cannot cope with your life as it stands now. Feeling the way you do, you're wandering the streets desperate and alone. A strange bus pulls alongside you and the doors open. But this isn't the bus stop and you didn't wave it down. You feel an overwhelming urge to get on. But should you? You have encountered Philadelphia's bus to nowhere. It has no destination. It cruises the streets looking for lost souls and entices them to step aboard. The person rides the bus for as long as they need to deal with their issues. Once they're ready to face the world again, they're allowed to get off. It could be hours, could be days, could be weeks. When they are found, the passengers have no idea how long they were on the bus to nowhere. Number 5. The Bunnyman Bridge, Virginia. Fond of bunny rabbits? Those cute little creatures with their soft fur and their twitchy little noses? Of course you are. How could a bunny be anything but lovely and cuddly? Well, if you think that, don't go to Fairfax Bridge in Virginia. You may find yourself at the mercy of the Bunnyman. In 1904, a group of psychopaths were being transported from an insane asylum in Clifton to a prison nearby. For an unknown reason, the bus crashed at Fairfax Bridge and all the psychotic passengers escaped into the surrounding woods. The police eventually rounded up all the fugitives, except one. As they continued to look for the man, they began to find skinned, half-eaten rabbits hanging from the trees. Then, on the following Halloween, a group of teenagers went to the bridge to hang out. The next day, they were all found dead. A man in a rabbit suit has been sighted in the area many times. He carries an axe and sometimes attacks people. And if you go and hang out under the bridge on Halloween, you may find yourself dead, murdered by the Bunnyman. Number 4. The Candy Lady, Texas. We all know not to take candy from strangers. We don't want children to forget this simple but important lesson. In some places, this rule needs to be given extra special emphasis, such as in Terrell City, where children have to beware of the Candy Lady. In the late 19th century, a local woman lost her beautiful daughter. She died, aged just 5 years old. The mother didn't cope well and was driven mad in her grieving. She was committed to an insane asylum. Some say she suffered even more at the brutal treatment she received there. But she was eventually deemed fit enough to rejoin society. Soon after, a number of local children went missing. The woman would build up a friendship with her victim by leaving candy on their windowsill. She would eventually write notes on the candy wrappers, convincing the child to come out to play. The children were never seen again. The Candy Lady still roams the local neighborhoods, looking for her next target. Number 3. The BlackEyed Kids, Texas. You've just finished some late night shopping and you're tired and just want to get home to enjoy a bit of a snack before you head to bed. As you get into your car and lower the window to get some fresh air, in the rearview mirror you notice that a couple of children are approaching. It's late, and you briefly ask yourself, what are they doing out alone at this hour? Then they are suddenly at the window and asking, please can you give us a ride home? You turn to tell them, okay, where do you need to go? It's dark in the parking lot, but with horror, you realize what you're looking at. The kids have no eyes, just black, empty holes staring into your soul. This is what happened to journalist Brian Bethel in 1996 in Abilene City. Terrified, he drove away as quickly as he could. Since then, many others have had chilling encounters with the BlackEyed Kids. Number 2. Crybaby Bridge, Maryland. What's a bridge? A simple piece of engineering that connects two otherwise difficult places to access, right? To most of us, yes, it's a utility. But some people can put a simple bridge to a terrible use. Murder. Governor's Bridge in Maryland is a single-lane bridge connecting Prince George's and Anne Arundel counties. Some time ago, a young woman with a problem found herself there. She belonged to a very conservative community which she desperately wanted to stay part of. Unfortunately, she'd had a baby, and she wasn't married to the child's father. If she were to keep the baby, she would have to leave her family, her home, her community. For her, that wasn't an option. In the middle of the darkest of nights, she approached the edge of the bridge. She paused briefly as if thinking about her decision, then lifted the baby over the side and dropped it into the abyss. She immediately turned and left. Today, if you cross the bridge on a dark night, listen carefully and you might hear the sound of a baby crying out beneath you. Look over the side and you might see the poor innocent baby floating lifelessly in the water below. Number 1. Riverdale Road, Colorado. This 11-mile stretch of road in Colorado has been the scene of many terrifying incidents. A ghostly jogger is known to frequent the area and has attacked cars. A phantom car with nobody at the wheel is sometimes seen cruising the road. But what locals are most fearful of is the gates of hell. These gates were the entrance to an abandoned mansion. A rich man and his family lived there, but the man went insane. One night he set fire to his wife and children, burning them alive. The physical mansion and its gates are gone, but they sometimes reappear. If you find yourself on Riverdale Road and you happen to see them, drive away, because they are the gateway to hell itself. Okay, that's our urban legends ranked. Do you agree with the rankings? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you have any ideas for videos or you have footage that you want us to feature, email us at content@rankedtopics.com. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and hit notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.